Brought to you by 1AAuto.com, your source for quality replacement parts and the best service on the internet.
Hi, I'm Mike Green. I'm one of the owners of 1A Auto. I want to help you save time and money repairing and maintaining your vehicle. I'm going to use my 20+ years experience restoring and repairing cars and trucks like this to show you the correct way to install parts from 1AAuto.com. The right parts installed correctly. That's going to save you time and money. Thank you and enjoy the video.
In this video, we're going to replace a tired and worn out Muncie 4-speed transmission in the 66 GTO. This transmission, this Muncie style transmission, is basically the same as the Saginaw as well. So this procedure in this video covers all kinds of different GM vehicles from 64 through the late 70s with 3- and 4-speed transmissions. There's no special tools required. You need various wrenches and sockets ranging in 1/2 inch to 3/4 inch, and that could, some of those sizes could vary per vehicle. Some pliers, jack and 4 jack stands or lift, flat blade screwdriver, catch pan, and a clutch disc lineup tool if you're replacing the clutch. This video just replaces the transmission, but if you're going further and replacing the clutch, you'll want a lineup tool for when you put that clutch back together.
First thing we're going to want to do is remove the shift knob, and sometimes there's a little lock nut underneath. This one just kind of screws right off.
Now you want to raise the car up and secure it with jack stands. I'm shooting this video with a lift, which makes it a lot easier both to work and to shoot the video. But you want to jack the car up. You want to have probably the wheels a good 8 to 12 inches off the ground. Gives you a lot of clearance underneath to get the transmission down and out. And again, like I said, jack it up and secure it with 4 jack stands.
Next, we want to disconnect the drive shaft. You can either put your car in gear or have it or have the emergency brake on.
This pile,
Yeah, sure.
we'll need your truck to pull on the trees.
Okay. Bye-bye. And these are 1/2 inch bolts.
Okay, I'm just going to speed up here as I take off those nuts that hold those U clamps, and apologize for the angle. Didn't realize that I wasn't shooting this very well until afterwards.
And then what you can do is take your wrench, I'm just going to put it in here. And you just push it forward a little bit, and these yokes come out. There go my washers. You can push it back in just until you're ready. Okay, so pull the shaft forward, pull it out of the rear end. Okay. And you want to have a catch pan underneath, because when you pull this out, although our transmission may be a little low on fluid, you want to actually I have an extra yoke that I can put up in there.
Little better explanation here. When you pull the drive shaft out of the transmission, you risk leaking fluid out of the transmission. So you want to either have a catch pan underneath, and then what I did is I have an extra yoke that I was able to put back into the transmission. Once you pull the drive shaft out, if you tip the transmission backwards, you are going to get some fluid leaking out of it.
We want to remove our crossmember, so you're going to remove these 2 bolts here, and then you're going to take apart these 2 bolts on the side, and then these 2 bolts on the side here as well. Okay, these 2 bolts are 5/8. And what I have here is a jack. So you can see I can just jack my transmission right up. Okay. So I hear it contact the floor of the car. Okay, now these bolts, I've got a 9/16 wrench. to hold the top, the 9/16.
Okay, I'm just going to hit a little fast forward as I remove the other 3 of those bolts that hold the ends of the transmission cross member.
Okay. Now you just want to pull the cross member back, and you just slide it. Okay, so now if you let your transmission back down, okay, support it just a little bit. Okay, so you can see your shifter is connected to the transmission with a couple of 9/16 nuts here. There are 3 of them, 1, 2, and 3. So you want to, or I'm sorry, 1, 2, 3. So you want to remove these.
Okay, and we'll fast forward here again as I remove the nuts that hold the shift lever arms onto the transmission.
Okay, this right here is your reverse switch. Okay, so there's a little rod and has a little clip in it. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing here. I'm gonna grab the clip with these needle nose pliers from some angle, hopefully. There we go. Pull that clip off and that comes out. Okay, now you want to remove the shifter, which is 2 bolts here. One's a 9/16.
And again, we'll speed things up as I remove that bolt.
Okay, and before we take the shifter all the way out, there's a speedometer cable right here. Should be able to latch on it with a set of pliers. Pull it out. Now get this 5/8 bolt up here.
And once again, we'll hit a little fast forward as I just remove that bolt. You don't pull that bolt all the way out. You loosen it up all the way and then kind of pull it down with the shifter.
What you can do is it's out. Now pull it, twist it, and pull it right down. Okay, so now if we follow this up, this is our backup lead. Okay, there's a connector right up here. Not sure how well you're going to see this. Put my screwdriver in, little tab, pull down on the lead, comes out. Okay, now the transmission is just held in by 4 bolts here, one up there, then on the other side, one there, and one up there. Okay, so I'm going to use a wrench and a piece of pipe for some leverage. A little more difficult up in here.
Okay, just want to show you that wrench and pipe trick to get those bolts out. I'm going to speed it up here, and I just take the bolts the rest of the way out with my impact wrench. But I did want to show you using the wrench and the pipe, just because not everybody has the air tools like I'm using.
All right, now you can take your jack out of place. You want to make sure you have your emergency brake cables up and on top of the transmission. And then you have a helper. Okay. Lift up on the transmission and pull it right back. Bring the front down. Okay.
Couple notes here. If you're doing this on your driveway with the vehicle up on jack stands, it's actually easier to do it with one person. What you do is you put yourself right under the transmission as if you're going to bench press it. So put the transmission right over your chest, lift it up, and slide it out, and then let it down onto your chest. The transmission weighs, I'd say, probably about 60 pounds, so it's not extremely heavy. And this aluminum style Muncie transmission. Other transmissions weigh differently. So it's 60 pounds, so it's heavy, but it's not incredibly heavy. But I've done it plenty of times before. I just lay down underneath it, pull it down, put it onto my chest, and then kind of let it slide off me carefully to the side, then get out from under the car and pull it out. And just another note, the guy helped me there is the CEO of our company. He works on cars too. Okay, and it just so happens that in our garage we have a spare Muncie transmission sitting around from a project that we kind of changed course on. And we're going to put that in. We're going to end this first part of our video, and to see us reinstall this transmission into the GTO, check out part 2. We hope this helps you out. Brought to you by www.oneauto.com, your source for quality replacement parts and the best service on the internet. Please feel free to call us toll-free 888-844-3393. We're the company that's here for you on the internet and in person.